I woke up this morning thinking about the different portals in life. One of my important portal in life happens to be books. So when people talk of burning or banning books, I am offended. This book, by the way, is a book by Gahil Gibran, and it's entitled The Beauty of Friendship. You are here as my companion along the path of life, and my aid in understanding the meaning of hidden truth. You are a human, and that fact sufficing, I love you as a brother. Books are amazing. When people talk, as I said, about banning books or burning books, I am personally offended. And what about portals? Were it not for portals, like your cell phone, or perhaps your tablet, I would not know a lot of things that I know. And a lot of people would not share their information with me. Cell phones, tablets, computers, they're all portals too. My friend in Germany sent me perhaps the most inspirational speech I have ever heard. And this particular speech is on my Facebook page. I had to share it. And it was given by a woman by the name of Elizabeth Bonker. She does not speak. She's autistic. And yet, her method of communicating her thoughts are as powerful as you can imagine. If you Google Elizabeth Bonker and her speech, you'll know what I'm talking about. And as for this morning, well, a very good friend of mine sent me music. That cement. That simply amazing thing that combines us all. Music. This was the piano guy's version of Beethoven, and it was brilliant. That too I had to share on my Facebook page. Yesterday I visited some little cousins. They're my little cousins, and when I walked into their house, they had on this gigantic television screen, so touching, they had my videos, and we're talking about little kids. They were watching my videos on this gigantic screen. Now you may say that was all staged. No, it was not. They did not know that I was coming for a visit. They were simply playing with their remote control, and they got to YouTube, and from YouTube they typed in the word Microdac, and they were watching my videos. That was so very touching. And then I had the pleasure of driving a cousin back to pick up her car, and so she was a captive audience. And it was so much fun to talk to her as we discussed the difference between religion and being spiritual. She believes, as I believe, that being spiritual is far more productive and far more inclusive. But I got to tell you something about religion. I believe that in time, all religions will become one, as they all reach the conclusion that all of mankind belong to the same family and they all worship the same supreme being, if they wish to call it that. I call it universal intelligence, and I think in time the hate and the divisiveness of religion will disappear, and the spiritual people in each religion will conquer the hatred of religion. That's what I believe. And then, this is something that I received, the message. I receive a lot of messages every day, via comments, email, just in a lot of different ways. This lady, Ainea Jordan, I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly, but she sent this to me after watching one of my videos. She said, "Is that rain I hear? How wonderful. I like your attitude. XX." I don't know what country she's from, because my videos are seen in a lot of different countries. I have friends everywhere. I am so blessed. And then, finally, I received a call from my cousin Leslie. And Leslie, by the way, is one of those cousins that have never, ever given up on me. A lot of relatives, no longer want me in their lives, and that's their choice, and that's okay. But I think Leslie calls me occasionally just to see if I'm still around, and just to see that I'm okay, and just to say hello. He's not only a cousin, but he's perhaps one of my very best friends. Our conversation was all about something of a mutual interest. His daughter, you see, drives a Prius, and she has for years. I think she was one of those few people who bought the very first Prius, and she simply keeps trading up. Leslie, on the other hand, drives a 22-year-old Toyota Camry. And his goal is to drive this car until it reaches 1 million miles. Which brings up a point. All of us must have goals in life. Whether or not they're attainable is irrelevant. The point is, they're goals that we must work towards. And if we're going to do that, we must be passionate about what we do. We must have passion for what we do. Anyway, speaking about Leslie, I made a video because it rained last night. And because it rained, I went outside with my camera and I shot some pictures. And then I put the pictures to music. Give a listen.